This is Into Math 3rd grade, lesson 7.3, multiply and divide with 2, 4, and 8. I can use more than one strategy to solve multiplication and division problems with 2, 4, and 8 as factors and divisors. Please gather your workbook and a pencil and turn to page 179. If you need to pause, you may do so. We will start under Step It Out, Part 1. There are 16 friends playing on a field. How can they make teams of 2, teams of 4, and teams of 8? Show equal groups of 2, 4, and 8. If you would like to pause and try this on your own, you may do so and come back. Otherwise, you can follow along with me. So the first equal group that I'm going to draw or use markers to represent are the groups of 2. So I'm going to make groups of 2 and count along the way until I hit 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, I have hit 16. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just count those groups of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have created 8 groups of 2. I'm going to draw a line because we're going to go on to the next part where they're asking for groups of 4. So again, I'll do the same thing where I'm going to create groups of 4 until I hit the number 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then I'll go back and I will circle the groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this shows that I have now created 4 groups of 4. All right, I'm ready to go on to the last part. And again, if you would like to pause and now try this on your own at this point, you can. And then come back. We're going to make groups of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's 16 friends and then I will circle them being in groups of 8. So there's one group of 8 and the other group of 8. So I have made 2 groups of 8. Now let's take a look at part B. What equations can you write to show the equal groups of 2, equal groups of 4, and equal groups of 8? So again, if you'd like to pause and try this on your own and then come back, you're welcome to do so. All right, well, the first one, the 8 groups of 2, shows me that I can have 8 groups and multiply them by 2 and get the answer 16, which is our total. Then we have the next group, which was 4 groups of 4 make 16. And then we have our 2 groups of 8 make 16. These are our multiplication equation. Now we're going to create some division equations. So we'll start with this first group here, where we had 16 total, and we decided to put them into teams of 2. So we divided that 16 into teams of 2, and we found that there were 8 friends in each team. So it was 8 groups of 2 there. The next group, again, we started with 16, and then we put them into teams of 4, and we found that there were 4 on each team. And our final group, again, we started with 16, and we put them into teams of 8. And when we did that, we found that there were 2 groups made of 8 friends. So these are our multiplication and division equations that we created from the word problem. Let's take a look at the next page, page 180. Step It Out, Part 2. Jan has a 20-inch length of string. He cuts the string into pieces that are each 4 inches long. How many pieces of string does Jan have? Part A. Start at 20 and count back using equal groups of 4. Complete the jumps on the number line. Count the jumps. So they have a number line here for us. They're asking us to start at 20. because there are 20 inches of string, and then we are going to jump backwards 4 because each cut is 4 inches long. So they've done the first one for us. They go all the way to 16 because they go back 4 and they stop there, and then that would be the first jump. So if you'd like to pause and complete this number line on your own, you may do so and come back. Otherwise, you can follow along with me. So from 16, we're going to jump back 4 spaces and we land on 12. Then we jump back another 4 spaces and we land on 8. We jump again another 4 spaces and land on 4. And we jump 4 spaces and we land on 0, and that's where we stop. And now we can go and we can write how many jumps there were. So this is jump 2, jump 3, jump 4, and jump 5. So how many pieces of string does Jan have? By using the number line, we found that there are 5 pieces of string. Let's take a look at part 3. The students in the science lab are working in 3 groups. Each group has 8 students. How many students are there? And in part A, they ask us to use doubles and multiply. So in this strategy of multiplication, we have the 3 groups of 8 students, and we're taking that 8 and we're making the fact 4 and 4 because we know that 4 plus 4 makes 8, and 4s would be doubles, and that's a little bit easier to multiply than maybe 8, which is a bigger number. So we take 3 times 4 and we write the product in here, which is 12. Then we need to double the product because there are 2 4s, 4 plus 4. So we have 12 plus 12, and when we add 12 plus 12, we find that this is 24. So how many students are there? There are 24 students. Again, this is one other strategy that we can use using doubles and multiplying to find the answer to our multiplication equation. So if you would like to go back and rewatch this video, you can do so at any time and pause along the way as needed.